Hi, good morning, Grand Rising. Oh, that makes me think of spelling, spellwork, spelling, spellbound. Oh, okay. I actually thought I had a plan this morning, even though I'm not. I was like, I had a thought, I better write that one down. Actually, I'll quickly tell you, this is what popped out of my mouth just before. I don't know how significant it is to whatever, well, everything's significant. So I've been sort of now guided to take a bit more of a moment before that one breath and intentionally connect with my highest self, my source, and my angels. In particular, this morning it was Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael. My Archangel Michael has been very big in my life, and I never really realized until the last few years or so. And now I'm realizing with my realize. So, what I said as I was raising myself was, I'll raise myself and meet myself where I am. Where I am. I'll meet myself where I am. Where I am. Sorry. Because when I rewrote it, I wrote, I'll meet myself where I stand. And for some reason, I was still like, that doesn't feel right. But it is, I'll meet myself where I am because I am that I am. Be still and know that I am God. There's so many clues in our world, in our reality experience. And another crazy thing on that, so I think it's Hebrew, Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya. I am that I am. So Ahaya is I am. Asher is that. And I am. So my daughter's name is Mia, M-I-A. I am. And my son's middle name is Asher. This came in a few years ago. I was like, what are the odds that they would have those names? And for it to be part of Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya, I am that I am. And, oh no way, this connects with what sort of came in yesterday and other days and even this morning, was that every day is a new day and opportunity. This is what I wrote down this morning after forgetting it last night, to begin again like a clean slate. But then I wrote, though in saying that, every moment is connected through all the moments like dominoes. So I woke up during the night. I did get up to go to the loo, and when I looked, it was it's about 1:30, a bit after. I think it was 1:39. And numbers are significant. Everything is significant. I remembered the bit about the dominoes, knowing that when I look through life, even though there may be things that I might potentially wish didn't happen, when I've reflected in these last number of years, I have seen that all that was a necessary passage to walk, a path to walk, that if that hadn't have happened, that wouldn't have happened, that wouldn't have happened, and that wouldn't happen, and I wouldn't be here. And then it made me think of dominoes, that everything is connected. And also, as I've realized, there's so many layers. Like, we are so multi-dimensional. We are as ourselves. We are not just what you see on the surface, what you believe yourself to be. You are so much more. Hang on. And this is also part of me wants to stay centered. And then I just looked and I went, hang on, let me just measure. Shh. Okay, centered. That's so important. I am so kind of, not obsessed, that's not the word, disciplined to be centered. Whereas in my life previously, in my previous incarnation within this incarnation, and as I look back, I've had at least 5 or 6 maybe incarnations within this one incarnation, if that makes sense, that, what was I saying? Gee, that just got sucked out of my head. Where am I going with this? What happened? Why was that taken from my thought process? So everything is connected and there are layers, and when I look back, it's like dominoes. They each have to fall to get to the last domino to fall. And why do they need to fall? Why can they not keep standing? See, this is me not working it out, but playing it out live. I'm not waiting. Hang on, I've got a coffee here. One moment. Did you hear that gulp, Soz? I'm not waiting anymore to have it fully worked out. And this is the way I used to kind of process things in one of my previous incarnations, 3 previous incarnations within this incarnation. I think that's what I was going to say is, yeah, so I used to think I'd have to have everything perfect and then I can present it perfectly. And now I'm kind of doing quite the opposite. And I'm just here, me, care, raw, just as it comes up. It's a bit like a burp. I'm kind of burping up my words and my visions and my theories and my concepts. Even when they just pop on in, like I could pause and I could cut out that burp that's raw and not refined and then go polish it up, make it look pretty for you. But that's not the guidance I'm getting. The guidance is to just be here in the moment and allow. And I found that is so freeing. I am feeling so freaking freed up from the shackles that I recall having at previous incarnations within this one. And I don't know if that makes sense to you. I'll try and explain as what I mean by the incarnations within incarnations is, say there was the period of life where I was at home as a child. There was the young child, which I found different to, say, the teenage, up to maybe teenage, and then I think another incarnation kicked in and it was different. And then I left home. I actually left home pretty early. I was about 16. I couldn't fit in the box that my family wanted me in, I think. And I've never been one for boxes. And I've always been an out-of-the-box person in a way, or not wanting to be contained. And I find it interesting because in our world, there's so many boxes. Tick this box. Are you this box? Are you that box? Are you multiple boxes? And I don't think that's healthy for us to do so. Like we're dissecting ourselves and separating ourselves in categories, in boxes, in squares. Let's maybe not do that. It doesn't feel right. That was, you know what was so funny? You couldn't see it, but so I don't know whether I moved my mouse. I must have moved it. And then suddenly there was 3 boxes on the screen on my face, and I'm like, hang on a sec. It took me a moment to notice it because I was obviously distracted by talking. But how ironic that as I'm talking about not wanting to box, 3 boxes. One has like a pin, one has, I don't know, looks like, the circle with the shoulders saying it's a person, and then 3 dots. Get out of there. Okay, let me just move my mouse out the way. How ironic. Oh, something else came up recently. I've forgotten, that doesn't really help you much. But it was, well, there's been so many synchronicities. Actually, no, it's not just one. So many things coming up. And I keep saying, what are the odds? What are the odds of that happening? A lot of numbers, but then there was something else really kind of profound recently, but so profound, it's left my mind. And I am finding my memory at the moment is in this moment now. And that's why I am utilizing all these art journals. I don't like lines. I don't like boxes. I don't like lines. So I use the art journals, and I, like my son says, you scribble, Mum. It's your fast writing. So potentially only I can read it.
I don't know what you write because
My son's up. He got up early this morning. He wasn't feeling well. How's your tummy? Okay, good. Because if I don't write it down now, I am not going to remember it. Even though it's there, I know I'm not going to say that, because if I say that, that's what I'm creating. So I want to be careful, because whatever we believe, whatever we conceive is right. So no, my memory's fine. My memory is doing what it needs to do, but there's something about being in this moment now and just allowing that moment now. And I've had so many moments of recent, and I'm almost, I think, in the moment now, every moment. There are sometimes I'm not, but it's becoming rarer and rarer, where I am just being, and I don't even know how to encapsulate the feeling, and I can feel it now. It's making me tingle and feel kind of like, you know, that feeling where you think you're going to cry, but it's for good tears. It's that overwhelming. You've seen something beautiful, you've heard someone sing something beautiful, and you feel overwhelmed. It's kind of like that feeling, but in a lovely, beautiful way. I have been crying a lot, but I've realised I have been clearing a lot, because remember too, like, we are mostly water. We're like, what, 80% water? And our tears are important, because our tears... what are you doing?
I need to go and run.
Okay, use the kitchen light, darling, okay? Oh my goodness, there's like a rabid chipmunk in the house. Some sort of creature sitting at the table playing with Ushis. So, yeah, the moment now, I am so immersed in it, and I'm so loving it, and I feel so connected when I'm in this moment, because I'm not there, nor am I here. I am right now. And I think in our world, the way our society's been is we're pulling people apart by giving them boxes to be in, and also cramming, like just at school, for example, cramming so much information that they won't necessarily need into their little mind. So how have they ever got time to just be? We're just filling their heads, their heads are full. It's a handful of information that is not necessarily necessary. And I think we need to stop doing that. And when I look back at school too, I mean, that was a life shifter when I started school, or even kindy, to be ripped away from my mother, from my safe haven, from home, and have to be with strangers. And when you're a child, even if it's like 9 till 1, or even if it's a half a day, 9 till 12, 3 hours. I don't know, I just looked outside. There's no sunrise today. It's really grey. I mean, obviously the sun's there. Even if you can't see it, the sun is always there. And that's what we need to remind ourselves. But if I'm not to segue from what I was saying, and I do remember back how heart-wrenched I felt and how in fear as a little 4-year-old when you go off to kindy. I mean, I was lucky we never had childcare in our family because Mum and Dad made an agreement
Mom,
that...
Princess Leia glows in the dark.
Does she? Oh my goodness, no way. That's so cool. So I just have a sip of coffee. So Mum and Dad made that agreement that Mum would be there. Okay, sorry, there's distractions and noise going on, but that's all right. I will not be distracted. That's another thing, but maybe for another video. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. But if I'm thinking back to that school and that feeling, and well, kindy, Mum and Dad made the agreement. So when we were kids, we never, ever were in childcare, which was great because I can't imagine what that would be like. But just going to kindy and then school, I hated it. I didn't like it at all. I felt vulnerable. I felt in fear. I very much struggled. And I think too, this is something I didn't realise earlier in life that I do now. So I am super sensitive to energy. Super. Oh my goodness. And I used to think it was a curse, really, because I would take on everything, absorb everything. Now I'm realising, okay, it's not a curse. It's actually a bit of a superpower, so to speak, because I can read into energy and I'm still learning. I'm like self-teaching in a way, but I have been reading books and I have been watching these beautiful, wonderful, amazing, intuitive energy readers, tarot readers. They are so tapped in. They have such a wonderful, beautiful understanding of reality and of energy and how our lives unfold. And reading into that, that has helped me amazingly. I'm so grateful. And there's a number of other beautiful teachers and guides. We have so many beautiful people on this planet, people. Like, if you are struggling, find that book and just put the intention out there to have what you need in this moment now to come into you, and it will. And as I'm realizing, when I need to know something now, if I have a question, I ask it. I just sit back. Okay, I can't wait to see how this answer comes in. And also, not getting in fear. I've come a long way from that little scared child who couldn't quite handle the school system. But from that experience, from that domino fall, it now has me sending out rockets of desire for the children of our future, even though there's no future, for all children, that we can do something better for them. How can we? No, actually, I withdraw that part of the statement because we don't work it out. That is not our job. Our job is to know what we want, or even allow our higher self to give us a little guidance of, well, this is probably pretty good for you. But working it out is not our job. We're here to experience, but in a co-creation with the higher realms, with our higher self, with source energy. So know what you want. So know what you want. Know that it's there. And whenever you have a thought of something you want, it's already created. So also in that, be mindful not to create bad stuff. Please, because we've kind of learnt a lot of the hard, somewhat negative lessons, and I am coming to the conclusion that we don't need that anymore in order to grow and expand and learn. The domino falls that I went through, I don't don't believe we need to continue that old model of learning. I think, as I've said, and I don't think I know, and I believe that our old teacher, Master Fear, has left the building, and our new teacher, Mistress Love, is in the house. So the foundation is changing, and we are going to evolve and expand through love, through truth, through connection, through knowing I am you and you am I. And we are all here together to create our most wonderful, beautiful experience on our individual life, but connected as our world, society, reality experience. So let's do it mindfully. I don't know, I feel like I kind of jumped around a bit there. I hope that made sense. I'm just allowing it. I know and I believe that whoever's on the other side of this camera is meant to be here, and I am going to be here like a magnet for those who I can help, because I'm here to help, and I know that. I just know that. I believe that. I'm here to help and be part of this new foundation. For that, I am certain now. I wasn't earlier. And I did go through my trials and tribulations, and I walked through the valley of the shadows of death, but we don't need to take that trail anymore. So, okay, I'm going to go. But I hope wherever you are, you're having a beautiful morning, evening. I love you so much, and I will pop back into Mars.